windy, it is rainy, and fortunately the temperature is not going to dip hopefully most of the day, so this ain't going to freeze over immediately. Because otherwise, that would make the roads a fun journey to getting out of here today. But um, I love this. We put all these new spaces in, yet when winter comes, everybody's handicapped all of a sudden. I noticed that. Like, is it just me? It's funny, if they first put the new section in, I was leaving the house a bit later because I had that extra time. There were all these extra spaces, and I start showing up, and all these brand new spaces are now full. Luckily, there was one empty when I got here today, maybe two, and it's insane. But there's something fishy going on, and I don't mean it's the Homo aqua. I still can't get used to. I keep you Homo aqua, aqua velva. What the hell's the difference? Okay. Oh, was aqua velva? That was a hairspray. Plus, I did finally sit down and look, and yeah, they dropped the Titanic in the New York. Guys, the Titanic as it stands now, if they dropped it in the middle of New York, the damn thing would have collapsed on itself. It's been underwater for 100 years, slowly rusting away. The structural integrity is not all that great. Damn it, whose books? You're skipping ahead to the end. I was getting to that. That's what the fishy thing is. That's what I was getting to. Something's fishy. And it ain't the Homo aqua. Now, other than the fact that I'm kind of depressed because I found out not only was Billy Piper at GalaxyCon Columbus, Jodie Whittaker came back this year. So, shit, Jodie came back to Ohio. Damn good on you, lady. Most stars I've seen never come back. Maybe it's the appeal of the Buckeye State. I don't know. But she has said, all right, everybody before you go, let's slow down. Hang on. Had something in my tooth. Billy Piper at GalaxyCon Columbus said she's got a couple things going on for this next year. Well, one of the things she says she can't mention until after next week. I'm beginning to wonder if they didn't delay, or originally going to delay, War Between the Land and the Sea because they filmed something and put her in it. Or maybe she'll pop up at the end, like she did at the end of the last series. Or maybe they're going to finally confirm she's the frickin' Doctor. I don't know. I've not heard anything else on that front. All I know is I was sitting there and I go, damn, Jodie and Billy were at damn GalaxyCon Columbus and I missed it. It's just also I don't like going out in this weather. Also, Columbus is a bit of a hike. And GalaxyCon is not the con I was talking about that, literally turned the convention center into, I think that was Cincinnati Comic Expo that happened at, where they turned a convention center into a max prison for the weekend, that you had to go through metal detectors to get in and out and shit like that. That's what I'm beginning to wonder. Happy birthday to your whoever that is, because I don't usually say names online because people try to do stupid tricks like Eileen Ulick and what's the other one? My buddy Michael Hunt. Those people throw those in all the time. Guy was trying to trick me into saying Negro the other day, and I'm like, guys, if you're referring as a Negros and La Negro, which is Spanish for black, then why? They're trying to get me to say racial slurs, basically, and no, I wouldn't do it. But yeah, it turns out, her and Billy were there. They did a panel together, and Billy said something about, there's something she's not allowed to talk about, at least not till next week. So now I'm beginning to wonder if they didn't film something and slip it in there, or if they're finally just going to announce that they're going to make her the doctor probably for one special. Oh yeah, like I said, I can't say I'm really disappointed with War Between the Land and the Sea. So far, it's been good. But like I said, the one thing that's sticking in my craw is the 60-year-old director of unit is humping a guy who's not even 30, who's a colonel, and that just is not cricket, as we say. It's not professional. I think Kate would be smarter than that. But like I said, if they, I'm not going to go, crazy over it. It's just because, and like I said, it has nothing really to do with the age thing. It's the fact that this is fraternization between a commanding officer and one of her subordinates, which is a no-no in most militaries. And like I said, then also stuck in my craw, this guy's like not even barely 30 and he's a colonel. But then again, someone did bring up that unit does have a high overturn rate. Depending on what invasion's going on that week, you could be going through officers like water. Like I said, to me, that would be the equivalent of finding out Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart was porking Corporal Bill on the side, okay? And I said before, like I said, so Sir Patrick Stewart was 72, and he married his wife when he was 72. I mean, he married his wife, who was 36, literally half his age. So, well, Billy could be talking about Wednesday too. You're rather right. You are right on that. But there's not really much that she can say that we don't already know about Wednesday. We know who her character is. She gave the big reveal at the end of the season that she too was descended from a Hyde. Her character was, So like I said, it makes me wonder because there's not really much she can announce as far as, also Wednesday doesn't start filming, I believe, till next year. Exactly. Thank you, Who's Books. Yeah, I don't think Wednesday starts filming. Plus, we pretty much, they dropped her major character reveal at the end of the last season for Wednesday. So that wouldn't make any sense why there's anything on Wednesday she'd have to keep secret. I do like the fact of bringing in Eva Green to play Ophelia, and that's been announced all over the place. Eva Green, why do they always give poor Eva Green the crazy, insane, baddie, crazy woman, roles? Besides, I know with it being Wednesday, she's not going to get naked like she usually does in her other roles. Damn it. Just kidding. I'm glad she didn't get naked in that Miss Peregrine school. That would be kind of awkward. Okay. Well, hello from Saudi Arabia. Well, that could be true also, Who's Books, that it's going to be a Christmas special cast announcement. Probably nothing major because, like I said, I don't know what RTD was thinking, other than the fact that he was doing a Hail Mary like a lot of people suggested by putting Billy surprise pop-up at the end. I think he was hoping Disney would get involved and get intrigued about having her be the doctor and thus change their minds, and it didn't happen. You gotta love this place. The other day, it was 6 degrees. 6 degrees outside, and there were people walking in here in shorts and a t-shirt. I'm like, are you freaking insane? You're gonna have freaking, what do you call it? You're gonna have frostbite. You're gonna have a couple of your toes removed before you can get to the work floor. It's like, sheesh. All right, Well, the thing is, I wouldn't start saying Pete Matigue's taken over the show or anything like that yet. And even then, I would tell him, don't do it, Pete. Don't do it. Because they'll love you right now and then they'll turn on you. It's the classic line from Christopher Nolan's Batman. You can either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain, which don't take long in Who fandom anymore. It's like, I'm hoping 14 is not involved. Christmas special, and this is why. They're wearing David Tennant out. They're using him like a crutch, and it's getting old. Well, Russell's out. Russell's free and clear. Russell's, all he has to do is write his precious Christmas special, which I think that's basically another reason why he stuck Billy at the end, so he'd have to get at least one more episode to write it. Like I said, it was a desperation maneuver the more I look at it. It was literally that Hail Mary, the long bomb at the final tick of the clock. And I'd been telling you guys for months, if Disney had acquired the show, you would have heard it immediately, or you would have heard it before the end of the season. It does not take to the end of a season to make a decision. We've seen too many shows that hit it right off the bat, that boom. That's why I'm dying laughing at all these guys who are going after Fallout. Fallout was already approved through season 3. Yet they're already talking, oh, yeah. But then again, the Asshole Light was approved for 2 seasons, and guess what? The studio pulled the plug on it right after season 1. Yeah, I believe Jonathan Nolan directed episodes on that and I think he also working on that. I'm not sure what the relation is. I never looked it up. But yeah, Jonathan Nolan, yeah, he directed Fallout. I believe he's working on Fallout. And so far, they've been knocking it out of the park. The only people who are bitching about season 2 are the people who are the diehard New Vegas fans who are getting mad because it looks like they didn't go with their particular character's ending of the game. And the problem with those games is it can end in multiple ways depending on the choices your character makes during that during that game. And they obviously went with the house ending where house won, and it's like, sorry guys, the house always wins, as they say in the game. Of course it's a gay thing. I'm extremely happy. Oh, you mean gay is in reference to homosexual people? No, I don't know. Dude, that is so 80s. Okay. Gay is just out. We don't use the term gay hardly anymore. Well, the thing is, you have to remember, it wasn't the spinoff that they were trying to sell. Why fans complain about they want Kate Stewart gay? I don't know. She already had 2 daughters and all that, which means, does it matter? Yeah, sure, you've never seen the daughters, of course, in the show, but just think, the guy she's boning right now is probably about the same age as one of her daughters in the show, But like I said, it's not an age thing for me. It's just the fact that it's fraternization within the ranks. I have an eerie feeling Colonel What's-His-Nuts might just meet a gruesome end. I agree with you. The Kate thing was unnecessary. I don't know why they threw it in there unless they're going to kill off Colonel What's-His-Nuts to get a dramatic reaction out of her or something. I don't know. Like I said, it's not the age gap. It's the fact that it's a professional no-no, and Kate would be smarter. Sure, you get a case of the horns every now and then, but you're not going to blow an entire organization, let alone defense of the world, because your hoo-ha wanted ho or whatever they call it, in polite terms. You want it, or in 80s rock terms, she wanted someone to go oingo boingo in her velvet underground. It just, yeah, what's wrong with being hetero every now and then? Yeah, I agree with you. It's like, well, hetero is so passe. I just looked at the time. I got to get inside. Well, the Brigadier already flew out of his grave, remember? Cyberbrig. Oh, sorry, I had that flashback. I got to get going, folks, so please take care of yourselves. Be kind, be calm, be safe. I have an eerie feeling this wind and rain is going to destroy my umbrella getting in, so take care, everyone. And we'll catch you all tomorrow.